These well-known stocks were among the investors' biggest buys during first quarter. George Soros is one of the most successful investors of all time, and his stock picks are closely followed worldwide. Estee Lauder. Soros has loaded up on the cosmetic company's shares as the price has fallen this year. Nike. The stake held in the sneaker company was nearly tripled in first quarter. Netflix. One of only a handful of new positions that Soros opened in the first quarter was in this streaming giant. Let's dive in. What does George Soros know that you don't? Here are the 3 stocks the billionaire loves. Welcome to Timely Investment Research. The latest 13F regulatory disclosure of hedge fund managers recently came out for this year's first quarter, and, as usual, the buying and selling of the world's leading investors has generated a lot of media attention and online commentary. Chief among them is George Soros, the billionaire investing legend who famously made $1 billion shorting the British pound currency in the early 1990s. Although he is now age 92, it is reported that Soros continues to be an active investor through Soros Fund Management, a former hedge fund that is today structured as a family office. Founded in 1970, Soros Fund Management continues to be one of the most successful investment firms in the world, averaging a 20% annual return over more than 50 years. So what does George Soros know that you don't? Here are 3 stocks the billionaire loves. Number 1. Estee Lauder. One of the positions that Soros Fund Management increased the most during Q1's quarter of this year was in the cosmetics company Estee Lauder. Soros raised his stake in Estee Lauder stock by more than 40%, bringing his current position to 159,100 shares, worth a total of $39.2 million. Soros Fund bought Estee Lauder shares as they have fallen throughout this year. So far in 2023, the company's share price has sunk 21%. Clearly, Soros and his firm have seen the decline in Estee Lauder stock as a buying opportunity. Estee Lauder has struggled with COVID-19 lockdowns in China and has seen its global sales slump throughout Asia. Consequently, the company recently lowered its 2023 sales guidance, saying it now expects its fiscal 2023 sales to decline in a range of 10% to 12%, which is much worse than previous guidance for sales to drop 5% to 7% this year. The lowered guidance came as Estee Lauder reported an earnings per share decline of 75% in its most recent quarter. Soros, though, seems to be betting that the decline in Estee Lauder stock won't last long. Thus, it is among the top George Soros stock picks. Number 2. Nike. Another stock that Soros Fund seems to have liked as its share price has slumped is the sneaker and athletic apparel maker Nike. The fund nearly tripled its position in Nike stock to 166,720 shares in first quarter. The fund's stake in Nike is currently worth $19.1 million. Year to date, Nike's share price is down 3%. The stock is now 35% below the peak it reached in November 2021. Soros seems to be betting that a turnaround in Nike stock is coming. Over the past 18 months, Nike's stock has been hurt by excessive inventory levels and slumping sales in Asia, notably China. However, despite those issues, the company has managed to continue to report better than expected earnings, boosted by strong sales in North America. Nike has telegraphed that its inventory levels have been coming down substantially, and there is an expectation of a turnaround in Asia now that China has ended its COVID-19 policies. Nike stock could pop when the company next reports earnings on June 26. That's a great reason why I regard Nike as one of the best George Soros stock picks. Number 3. Netflix. Talking of George Soros stock picks, he opened a new position in streaming giant Netflix during first quarter. The fund invested $12 million to buy 35,000 shares of Netflix stock. This was one of only a handful of new positions Soros Fund opened during the quarter, including new stakes in discount retailer Walmart and Chinese e-commerce company JD.com. The new position in Netflix stock is interesting in that Soros bought it as the share price rose. So far this year, Netflix's share price has gained 25% and has nearly doubled in the past 12 months. Like many investors, Soros may be convinced that Netflix is again on a path to growth and higher profits after cutting back its production budget on new movies and TV shows last year, cracking down on password sharing worldwide, and introducing advertising to the streaming platform. Those changes seem to have had a positive impact on Netflix's earnings and led to a turnaround in Netflix stock since last spring when it looked, briefly, like the company's best days were behind it. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Timely Investment Research. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.